is up? जनता जनता क्या बोले, थोड़ा फॉर्मेट चेंज करने का भाई मेरे को है ना अभी. आई जस्ट फिगर्ड कि आई वॉज, so there is base level of shit that I know, and then I am kind of learning from here, right? And I'm coming back here to teach you, which makes absolutely no sense because like it's just too much. It's taking too much time for me. Okay, so I thought, how about we cut this shit short? So simply put, how this is how it's going to work, right? I learn with you, and the advantage of what that happens is basically I will be able to give you an Indian perspective about Harvard essential toolkits for entrepreneurs, and I will basically, like, there's parts of it which you can't really understand because you need to Indianize a bunch of it in terms of registrations and all of those things, right? So we will go through that, see what's relevant, put it into action, and yeah, that's basically how we're going to do it. So abhi se kya hoga ki we will basically just be learning, and as I learn I will realize a few things and I will talk about it, and hopefully you join me while I talk about it, and ये करेंगे हम. Make sense? All right, let me start. Okay, so we are actually in, bro, I feel like this, like, okay, we are in chapter 2. All right, पहला चीज़ बताओ, क्या हम audible है नहीं है? Is this better? Okay, we are in chapter 2, finding and evaluating the opportunity. So yesterday we basically spoke about hey, can you even do entrepreneurship? Should you do entrepreneurship? Yeah, wo falana. I gave you one full BT about this entire game. But say assume you tick all the right boxes and you figure out कि यही करना है, and you are now sure, right, कि तुमको बनने का entrepreneur. किस चीज़ का बनेगा तू entrepreneur? What is it that you should be working on? Basically today we will be exploring. जो एक बंदा है, OP in the chat लिख दे मेरे भाई, जो भी आ रहा है OP in the chat, so that I know कौन है, कि मैं अटेंडेंस दे सकता है कि तुम है नहीं है गांडू, कल आया था या नया आया है, just to kind of understand. Okay, so the main things that we're going to be looking into is key 5 characteristics of genuine business opportunities. What that basically mean is, अगर एक business opportunity genuine है, उसके अंदर थोड़े base characteristics होते हैं. We are going to explore those base characteristics. Uwe Chalial, what is up? Ajay, you just came in, bro. We are learning. Where to look for profitable opportunities. Basically what ends up happening is, a lot of times we don't even know where these opportunities are. Like, is it like we look at things that are like macro, like what's happening, what's trending and shit like that, and वो trend के मसले में हम लोग fad में घुस जाते हैं, and basically we end up fucking up, right? The opportunities in general are around you. It's the shit that you do, it's in the jobs that you probably are, or it's the shit that your family is facing or you're facing. It's how do you recognize these opportunities. That's number 2. Number 3, the process of opportunity evaluation. तो basically ये लोग भी metric देगा मेरे को कि ये opportunity को कैसे evaluate करें, and we'll go through that. Just FYI. Hey, what is up, baba? OP लिख दो जो भी नया है, OP in the chat. Okay. I will if you need to go through it, go back, start from the starting, come back here, so that we can kind of, you don't miss anything out and just like 2x that shit, right? Kiran, you okay? You seemed like you were. You okay? Oh, अभी आ गए लौंडे. Good job, OP in the chat. Alright. So basically, for summing up, what we are doing is we are learning from here, as and I'm learning, I'm teaching you guys, and it just basically speeds track. The idea is for me to learn, and हम तुमको सिखाएगा, जो मैं सीखेगा, if मैं सीखेगा. मेरा dysgraphia doesn't help at all. I am very slow. You can come back here 2x this shit and figure it out. Also, if you have any questions when I'm talking about this or when I'm reading, you can just directly ask me and we can discuss that particular point if you need to discuss it. ठीक है? Okay. तो ये बोलता है कि Fred managed. Okay, this is the story. This is really bad. अभी मैं nervous हो गया यार किताब से पढ़ने का दूसरों के सामने. Alright. Fred managed the service department of a large automobile dealer of a Japanese car. With 5 years on the job as manager and many more as a mechanic, Fred understood economics of the auto service business and he saw what might be an opportunity. ये प्रो कॉन्टेक्स्ट दे रहा है कि फ्रेड कौन है. ठीक है, फ्रेड एक चूतिया है जो एक काम करता है एक मैकेनिक के दुकान में, एक बड़ा मैकेनिक का दुकान है. थिंक ऑफ इट लाइक दैट. एंड उधर वो सीख रहा है. ठीक है. We are selling more and more hybrid engine cars, he told his brother at a family gathering. The national organization estimates that hybrid cars will account for 30 to 40% of our unit sales 3 years from now. And two other automakers are moving into hybrids. I think these gasoline electric hybrids will define the automobile market for the next 20 years or so until fuel cell technology or some other technology is commercialized. ठीक है. बेसिकली ये अपने भाई से कुछ बोल रहा था. ठीक है, ये भाई को बोल रहा है कि अपना जो फ्यूल का गाड़ी है ना, वो फ्यूल का गाड़ी से द बिग कंपनी दैट ही वर्क्स फॉर इज़ मूविंग इन टू इलेक्ट्रिक बेसिकली. दैट इज सेमी इलेक्ट्रिक और इलेक्ट्रिक वैसा. ओके. तो ये पूछता है कि हाउ इज़ दैट गोइंग टू अफेक्ट योर service department, the brother asked. Quite a bit, Fred responded. We've already brought in a new diagnostic machines and trained people on a hybrid electronic systems, powerful trains, which are substantially different than those of traditional cars, and we'll be very busy in the next year ahead. Since we'll get all the repairs and maintenance business on these cars for the foreseeable future, even after warranties have expired. Traditional mechanics don't know how to work on the hybrid cars, and many will never learn. तो बेसिकली क्या होता है कि अडेप्टेशन का टाइम रहे. What ends up happening is whenever there is a new kind of adaptation had happened that moves from an old technology to new technology, पहला चीज़ learning curve बहुत हाई होता है. अभी think of it like when we had the petrol scooters, right? When petrol scooters started, a lot of these electric scooters weren't there, and there was a shift happening from petrol to electric. One of the major reason people still don't buy electric in terms of vehicles is because of maintenance and things like that. It's very hard, and even if warranty ख़त्म हो जाएगा तो कौन maintain करेगा? तेरा बाप, because तुम वापस जाके दे नहीं सकता, right? And because if what ends up happening is generally when you look at it, हमारा जो once our warranty is over, हम local mechanic से काम करवा देते हैं. And these local mechanic shops, what we end up doing is basically local mechanics are able to do it, but with electric vehicles they'll not be able to do it. तो learning curve बहुत heavy हो जाता है, and a lot of people never learn how to deal with electric vehicles. ये फलाना basically is explaining what the fuck's happening. Later that day, Fred reflected on his conversation. There may be an opportunity here, he told himself. After new hybrid vehicle warranties expired, he reasoned owners would have no options for the repairs and maintenance except high-priced dealer service department like his. Neighborhood mechanics wouldn't be equipped or trained to deal with these cars for many years. Many owners would welcome a lower priced alternative, no one that specialized in repairs and maintenance of hybrid energy vehicles. ठीक है. With this experience and knowledge of service department cost to guide him, Fred begins to measure the breadth of his newfound business opportunity. He had industry estimates of hybrid vehicle sales. He knew which diagnostic and other equipments was needed and what it cost. He intimately familiar with the cost of running a fully staffed service facility, he began putting these numbers together, and his optimism grew as he did so. Before long, Fred was envisioning a high quality service center called the Hybrid Auto Care Center. And if that provided successful, he could foresee a chain of cloned outlets, perhaps a national franchise. Fred had recognized a business opportunity, the first step in entrepreneurship process. This chapter will help you explore it. ठीक है, ठीक है, ठीक है. बेसिकली क्या होता है कि फ्रेड वर्क्स इन अ मैकेनिक का दुकान दैट्स अ प्रॉपर सर्विस सेंटर. द सर्विस सेंटर राइट नाउ इज अज्यूमिंग दैट इन द नेक्स्ट कमिंग ईयर्स देयर इज गोइंग टू बी अ लॉट ऑफ हाइब्रिड कार्स दैट आर गोइंग टू बी कमिंग इन, एंड इन दोज हाइब्रिड कार्स a lot of times what's going to happen is outside mechanics are not really equipped to manage that, because they don't know how to deal with these hybrid cars, or a lot of reasons. So he basically believes that if he can put up a service center, because he knows how to and he's learning how to, once the warranties of the cars are over, he can make a lot of money. तो पहला क्वेश्चन ये आता है कि जब whenever we look at opportunities, we have to look at shit that we are probably closer to. Okay, there's something interesting I read some time behind this. Okay, it says most successful startups begin with incremental innovations. You don't have to be totally fearless. Entrepreneurs who prosper have a healthy aversion to risk. Basically people who are entrepreneurs, they have risk लेने की ताकत है, ठीक है. Nor is technical business know-how essential. Basically, in order to do a startup, you don't need to have technical know-how. Okay, you have to start at it incrementally. It doesn't matter if you don't know all of it. What's important is the motivation to do it, right? You can learn as you go along or enlist an experienced business person as a co-owner. An individual who has all the right qualities for entrepreneurial work but a poor plan will not succeed, nor a person with a great plan but weak motivation, right? So basically क्या है कि you don't need to know all of it. You just need to understand that there is an opportunity somewhere where you can make money. Okay, once you know that, you don't even have to figure out all of it. You have to start. As you start and as you go, you will learn. Like, this is one of the first things I figured out when I started out my first company, that's Flip. I had no idea how to build a machine. I had no idea how to build a government proposal. I had no idea how to do almost anything, right? I knew I wanted to do it. And I also realized in order for me to achieve what I need to achieve, I need to find the right people to do it. And that's the most important part. And if you're able to figure that part out, 2 plus 2 always fits together. You have to make incremental steps. It took me for the first time when I started, it took me a very long time to kind of figure out कि more than half of it करते कैसे. And in that process, you get to learn a lot. You don't have to know everything. You just need to have the motivation to fucking start. Basically that. Okay? ये हो गया, मोटिवेशन हो गया, तुम स्टार्ट कर लिए. अभी तुम एक कॉन्वर्जेशन में, तुम्हारे धंधे में, तुम्हारे आजू बाजू में, यू रिकग्नाइज कि देर इज समथिंग गोइंग ऑन एंड देर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ मेकिंग मनी हियर. नाउ दैट यू सीन दैट देर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी ऑफ making money, the question then comes, characteristics of an opportunity. ठीक है, heavy है bro. एक सेकेंड भाई लोग, give me 1 second. Darling, are you okay? You don't seem okay. Oh, you sure? You want me to shut this down? You want me to talk to you? You seem out of it.
I'm not. You finish that.
Okay. No, it feels I like you look fucking slumped, bro.
I haven't slept in like 40 hours. I've traveled fucking 11,000 kilometers. What do you expect? I'm trying to set my body.
You know this is live, right?
That's on. I can call you a truth when you're.
I mean, you can call me a truth and I'm like, I have no problem.
It's called jet lag. I'm trying to fight it. I'll tell you if I succeed.
Alright. Okay, characteristics of an opportunity. Okay, entrepreneurial people are always generating ideas for potential business, but how can they swift through these ideas and recognize there are few that represent true business opportunities? One, recognize that few that represent true business opportunities. One way to begin is to define the characteristics of a genuine opportunity. अगर तुम वो चूतिया है ना कि मेरे पास 10 आइडिया है, तुम कतई चूतिया है ब्रो, कतई चूतिया है. अगर डोंट कम टू मी विद लाइक fucking 5 ideas, 10 ideas, 15 ideas. If it's genuinely an opportunity, you will know it. Otherwise, you're just, and it's so important to figure out what you're fucking going to work on. Like, oh, I have this, I have that. You know, a lot of people when they're pitching, especially to investors and shit like that, they, or potential clients or potential partners, they say, oh, this, I have this great idea and this is the best idea and all of that, and they start pitching, and then the person says, oh no, I don't want to, like, it's, I'm not interested in that. He's like, oh, I have another idea. Don't fucking do that. Do not do that. Do not, it's a bad, it looks bad, it sounds bad. That also shows that you don't have you don't have faith in your own idea. If you like, mat kar, chutiya mat ban, like concentrate on building one fucking thing, that's it, bro. Bro, Anish, you have already built a business that is tangible, right? The idea is to build something scalable now. You've already generated revenue. Okay, let me give you an example. Anish is actually he flips sneakers, right? And Anish doesn't want to continue to keep continuing to flip sneakers. It might be for one of three reasons. Number one is there are way too many fucking people who are doing this. Number two, it isn't tangible enough for him to scale it over a period of time. Number three can be it isn't exciting enough, right? If you genuinely find a problem statement that truly believe you can solve, that's all you need to do. If you solve one problem in your lifetime, you'll make millions. Like, you need to find one particular problem that you can truly fucking solve. The rest of it will fall in place, right? Number one, hear me out. Create significant value for customers by solving a significant problem or filling a significant unmet need for which they are willing to pay a premium. Let's break this shit down. Oh my god. Okay. Key क्या है? Thu. Wait, can you see my password? No. Fucking good. This is fun. You should come join me. This is genuine. Like, this, finally I'm enjoying content. ये कंटेंट के बहाने में लर्निंग भी हो रहा है मेरा. खतरनाक लर्निंग हो रहा है मेरा. Okay. Alright, first one is characteristics. This is, we are talking about characteristics of an opportunity. ओके, पहला चीज़, मैं डिस्ग्राफिक है, मेरे को लिखना नहीं आता. तुम लोग पढ़ सकता है तो पढ़ लो. स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक आ गया तो तुम मेरे को, ये ब्रो इसका स्पेलिंग ये, इसका स्पेलिंग ये मत बोल, मैं गांड मार देगा तेरा, ठीक है? अंडरस्टैंड दिस. इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट. लुक एट द बेबी. I create significant value for customers by solving a significant problem. Or filling a significant unmet, लिख लो मेरे मदर चोद बच्चे, लिख लो, for which they are willing to pay a premium. Let's just explore this for a second, okay? इसमें बहुत सारा, एक ही चीज़ में बहुत सारा चीज़, okay? This can be divided into create significant value for customers by solving a significant problem, okay? ये पहला है. By fulfilling a significant unmet need for which, by fulfilling an unmet need for which they are able to, for which they are willing to pay a premium. ठीक है. Nostalgic school vibes. अरे bro, back to school है bro हम लोग. Alright, so basically an opportunity that you have has to solve a significant problem. A significant problem has, how do I define a significant problem? तुमको समझता है ना significant problem मतलब क्या? Okay, it has to solve a significant problem. It has to fulfill a significant unmet need. या फिर there isn't something in the market that is already solving that problem, or the problem that solutions that are currently in the market are not efficient enough or is not fast enough for them to be able to pay that amount. Okay, for example, there was a company called Chemex, CEMEX, okay, in the US. They had a company where they were so they basically built a company on the premise of selling cement. The problem statement was simple. Back then, for them to be able to sell cement to enough people, for the, क्या होता था, मेरा पूरा माइंड फक हो चुका है. ओके, आई शुड डू दिस इन द मॉर्निंग्स. एनीवे, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर है, कॉन्ट्रैक्टर को सीमेंट चाहिए. ओके, बट बाय द टाइम द सीमेंट इज रीचिंग द कॉन्ट्रैक्टर, इट इज टेकिंग वे टू मच टाइम. Delivery time was fuck all. How it was coming was fuck all. There was no uncertainty in terms of quality. All of these things were a problem for contractors. It is a significant problem. Cemex बोल के एक कंपनी आया, बोला कि देख ब्रो, I will give you cement within 30 minutes. And with that 30 minutes, I guarantee you, they basically copied that Domino's model. In that 30 minutes, I will, if you do not get my cement within 30 minutes, I will pay it from my own pocket. Simple. प्रॉब्लम ये था कि सीमेंट कॉन्ट्रैक्टर्स को पहुंचाना था, क्योंकि अगर एक कॉन्ट्रैक्टर के पास 20-30 लेबरर है, वो 20-30 in that 20-30 laborers, what ends up happening is the moment they have to wait for 3 hours, that 3 hours period is already paid for. That's a lot of operational expense that they can't fucking bear, right? So contractors were having a real problem when in terms of cement coming to them. So basically what this company did is like, hey, listen, I will promise you that you will get cement within 30 minutes. If you do not get the cement within 30 minutes, I will bear the costs. That was their thing. But because I'm giving it to you with a guarantee and giving it to you in a shorter period of time, I want you to pay me a higher price than what you would pay the normal cement suppliers. Simple. And just this, a problem, solution. Problem, cement is not reaching on time. Solution, I will make sure it reaches on time within an X amount of time period with a guarantee. He was selling the same cement which was $50. Imagine cement 50 रुपए का है, सब 50 रुपए में दे रहा है. People are buying from this guy for 70 rupees or 80 rupees. ये परचेस उतना ही में कर रहा है, बट ये बेच रहा है 70 रुपीज 80 रुपीज. His ability to reach the consumer was roughly about 90% of the time. 10% of the time he was not able to deliver. But the money he was making, that is the profit, operational profit that he was increasing by 20 to 25%, increased his margin so much that he was able to take a deficit of 10%. तुम समझ रहा है? Do you understand what's happening right now? If you're able to see a clear, like for example, Anish. Okay, Anish flips fucking shoes, right? If there is a significant, if he can recognize a significant problem in, say, the shoe industry that he flips shoes in, right? And if he is willing, and if he knows that his customers will pay him money to solve that particular problem, the shoes that he and his competitors, same shoes, same fucking shoes, okay, same fucking shoes, Anish now can sell the same shoes at $150 versus this guy with even $100 the other guy is not able to fight because of how he's solving this particular problem. You understand what I'm saying? So you don't have to solve a big problem, you don't have to solve a large problem, you have to solve a very particularly hard problem that your consumers are facing. That is what you should look for. The mechanic did the same thing, right? The mechanic story that I told you, he basically recognized that after a certain time the consumers, basically the people who buy cars, the hybrid cars, the mechanics won't be there to be able to, after the insurance period is over, their outside local mechanics won't be able to support the servicing, and this guy who is giving the servicing is too high. So what he did is he learned how to do it and then set up a place and built a system where he's able to give the same thing but for a cheaper price. That's it. You don't have to solve, bro, मैं गाड़ी कैसा बनाएगा, मैं न्यूक्लियर बॉम्ब क्यों डालेगा, मैं कोड कैसे लिखेगा, नहीं, तुमको very simple problem solve करना है. The moment you are able to solve very simple problems, you are able to go very far ahead, right? Where will cement now, sir? Please stop the session for 2 minutes and tell me how to find passion, please. अरे किधर किधर से आता है रे तुम लोग. Yes, shoes also now, sir. Please stop the session for 2 minutes and tell me how to find passion. अरे darling. When you find something that you truly believe in, passion will come. The shit that you do, you're doing it because you think it is cool, or you think you have to do it, you will never end up doing it. When you truly find something that you find joy in, and not when I say joy as in bro हर time खुश रहेगा, वैसा जिंदगी में कुछ नहीं, मेरा झंड है जिंदगी. The rule of thirds. Do you remember the rule of thirds? The rule of thirds is, if you're doing that, there was an Olympian who basically said this very cool reel. I'm going to start sending reels. I should have a fucking storage space for reels. So he said the rule of thirds is, if you are chasing greatness, you should feel happy 1/3 of the time, okay 1/3 of the time, and shitty 1/3 of the time. If you're only feeling happy, then there is something wrong. If you're only feeling shitty, then there is something wrong. So you understand what I'm saying? A lot of times what will end up happening is, तुम लोग है ना, बाकी लोग को देखता है और बाकी लोग तुमको बोलता है कि bro, you look at them like bro, काफ़ी excite bro, सुबह से शाम कोकेन करके बैठता है, मादर चोद. ऐसा नहीं है ज़िंदगी, हमारा भी झंड है, ठीक है, but we show up. It shouldn't be based, and don't do things because भाई passion नहीं है तो छोड़ो. Do something that you give a fuck about. Even if you don't give a fuck about, do it because you are going to do something that, bro, कितना selfish रहेगा bro जिंदगी में. खुद के लिए नहीं कर सकता, ठीक है, दूसरों के लिए कर. Do it for your family. Do it for somebody else. Who gives a fuck? I think it's so selfish to always be looking at like, oh, I want to feel. क्या गांडूगिरी है?
Sir, I have a question for you.
1 second. I'm going to shift to, oh, this is a crazy mic by the way. So now I can shift to चेक बोल.
Check.
इधर आ जा.
Check.
All right. We have Kiran Reddy in the house.
I'm open on video.
You don't want to do it. Okay, no problem. All right, tell me, what's up?
Okay.
Okay, just to give you a little bit of a context, Kiran Reddy is a friend, a mentor, works with building and scaling large organization. The shit that I'm reading is from his library. And always been a guy. So you guys want to check out Vibe Reddy on Instagram. He's fucking there. Okay.
Okay. Saad, I have my own principle that I follow, but before that I'll ask you questions and then we'll come to what I was referring to earlier. What are the things you do that you don't expect money for, Saad, which you love?
Oof. A lot, man. There's a lot that I do that I don't expect money for. This I love.
One is, what are the things you do that you don't want to get paid for? वो पैसा
I-
आएगा तो हराम हो जाएगा.
Oh, I don't want to get
You
paid
don't
for.
want it.
When I started selling courses, for a month I sold courses from this. I hated it. I never want to do that again.
Mm-hmm.
I never want to.
You're on the other side of what I asked.
I said that. Like I tried making money out of this and I hated it. Even though I made money out of it significantly.
Like, this is a course.
No, but this is free, no? This is on YouTube.
Yeah.
This I love doing. I don't want to charge for it ever.
Okay. Second question. What are the things where you want to not lose money? It might require you to spend money. You don't want to lose it, but you're not like necessarily looking at it from like, put food on the table or like, it's just, yeah. It's not like, it's kind of like more cause related. Like what's something that you back? Like you like to help the underdogs. You like to help these bachas. The first question I asked you was, what's the thing that you want to do that you don't want to get paid money for?
Building other people.
Second part, what is the thing that you don't want to lose money doing? You don't want to have to spend out of your own pocket to do.
Live my life.
Okay, we'll come back to this. And the third thing obviously is what you do to earn your living, right?
Mm.
And even that's broken down even further, where you have food for your stomach, food for your like growth intellectually, emotionally that charges you up, and like where your drive kind of comes like a what we call spandhan, it's like a spontaneous flow that comes out of you. What's that work that evokes that? These terms I use are like a little loaded, but the term evoke is like where something rises in you because you've experienced it. Like you hear A.R. Rahman, Ma Tujhe Salam, it's fucking Republic Day. Like when you hear that Ma Tujhe Salam, what does it make you feel inside?
I don't think I have done anything that makes me feel that from inside, bro.
Well,
Yet.
Then something to
Yeah,
ponder about.
I know. I genuinely, like, a lot of people think, like, this kid is asking me, this is the fourth time he's asked me, ask Kiran sir how to find passion if he has a different perspective.
Yeah. What I'm sharing is alluded to that. That question hooked me in.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I don't know, man. Like, a lot of times I did a lot of things. Like, I do business not because I love business, it's because I can do it. Like, I have the temperament for it. I have the persistence for it. What gave me joy probably, do you remember the NGO?
Yeah.
Yeah, that gave me joy.
I know.
That gave me true joy. Like, I love giving. I think giving back gives me true joy. Like, this, what I'm learning is a large part of giving back. Like, if I'm able to help people get a little closer to that, like, oh shit, fuck yeah, that is what gives me true joy, bro. Helping people get a little closer to where the fuck they want to be. And doing that truly, truly fucking gives me joy because...
So, I'm just reading what Ravan messaged. I would just say, Ravan, I'd give a lot more breathing space to what Karan's asked. I think I would just phrase it in a different way. Have you found your passion and how did you find it? And each person can speak only their truth because there is no universal truth about it. Because everyone has a unique question paper, right? Like no one can like solve your life's riddles for you. You have to walk that journey yourself, and that's a level 10 truth. Like, we are all fucking lonely.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a level 10 truth. The moment you accept that, ki I am the only one who can walk in my shoes, then you can start working on, like, I want to share this journey with other people. I want to have a tribe. I want to have a community that looks out for me, that I care about, that I invest my time and self in. And it's that culture that actually is what gives rise to passion, because you're like, what is it that you can fight, what is it that you can like fight for, what's worth fighting for, what's worth living for, right? And volunteering, non-profit and for-profit in parallel, this is my secret. This is what, not even secret, it's open. What I'm doing voluntarily, what I'm doing non-profit, what I'm doing for-profit is like, I can go to a corporate and volunteer and be like, तू पैसा देगा तो मैं तेरा गुलाम बनेगा. मैं volunteer है तो फिर मैं तेरे को सवाल पूछ सकता है. तेरे पैसे से ज़्यादा है ना मेरे को तेरा काम देखने का. जब तू काम देखता है ना, तेरे को कौन सा काम इंटरेस्ट आता है, फिर तू अप्रेंटिस कर ना. You go work under that person, work with that person, get a taste of that culture. By the head or the tail, the moment you are in touch, you can feel the entire organism, not in a sexual way, but in a manner. What I'm trying to come to, the point is very simple: volunteer, non-profit, and for-profit. Do something for your soul. That is volunteering. Do something for your like bread and butter. That can be for-profit. Non-profit is the game where your true passion gets tested. Volunteering is like philanthropy.
But it just because, okay, just a little bit more of a clarification here, okay? Number one is doing it completely for पूरा हैदराबाद हिंदी की अरे he's from Hyderabad.
अबे लखनऊ भी तेरे को सुनाई देगा भाई.
He's from Hyderabad. He's ready.
बॉम्बे का घाट और बॉम्बे का मवाली भी तेरे को सुनाई देगा.
किरण दुनिया घूम के आता है. No, but number one, I think bro, I don't know. I never like, you guys should generally follow Vibe Ready, because I've been begging him to make content, but he doesn't. He's the person I go to when I need
live it.
I need to get clarity on a lot of things. But what I can simply put it is, bro, तुम experience करो ना जिंदगी को. Like, how do you find your passion, bro? If you're not living your life, you will never know.
But here's the thing, that was like, go out and try different things, and like, this is like, you're playing permutations, combinations in a way, but there is also a destiny. There's a destiny that calls you. Like, which is the thing that you, like, there's 100 books, which is the one you read first.
Yeah, but I think
the
book that is closest to you, man.
Your intuition is there, your instinct is there, and then you have luck.
Of
then
course.
you have skill.
Yeah.
Right? You have awareness, you have intellectual awareness, you have emotional awareness, your ability to accept a mentor
उतना
is
सब
an
करके
ego subjugation.
उतना सब है ना, वो है ना, अपना बच्चा लोग है ना, फ्लाई हो जाता है ब्रो. सिंपल हाँ, but like I'm saying,
2-4 साल बाद वापस सुनेगा तो I understand what he's trying to say.
No, but what I'm saying is,
मैं सिंपल बोलता है ना यार साहब, तू कम्युनिटी लैडर तेरे को क्लाइंब करने का ना, तू जाके बोलेगा ए ट्रांजैक्शन, तो सामने वाला ट्रांजैक्शन माइंडसेट में रहता है. अगर कोई दिल से काम कर रहा है ना, तो फिर वो दिल का काम पे तू पैसे का मामला मत घुसा.
No, but don't you think it's important to figure out a monetization?
कोई दिल से काम कर रहा है, एनजीओ चला रहा है, पर वो एनजीओ पैसा कमा रहा है, और वो एनजीओ को चलाने के लिए वो पैसा रेज कर रहा है और वो पैसे दे रहा है, तो वो एनजीओ कहलाया. पर तू पहले उधर वॉलंटियर कर ना, तेरे को वो वाइब पसंद आया क्या, नहीं आया, तू पहला 10, 20, 30 आवर्स, मतलब तू एक दिन फील्ड में जाएगा, 2 दिन फील्ड में जाएगा, तीसरे दिन नहीं गया तो वो नहीं है तेरे लिए. तू तीसरा दिन भी पहुंचा तो तेरा अडीजन होना चाहिए. अडीजन माने कि तेरा चिपकूनेस, मतलब तू चिंगम बन के कहाँ पे चिपक गया. ठीक है, what is it that sticks on your wall is obviously about exposure. Now someone like Saad is exposing you to the world. Very simply speaking, you have to taste that reality by yourself to know whether it is for you or not. I tell you it's a good dish, but how do you know my taste buds?
I think from a very simplistic perspective, like Kiran's very meta when it comes to a lot of things. I'm in jazz, what's up? You should meet this boy. This boy is coming soon. He's the Untriggered host of Untriggered. Fucking ridiculous, the most funniest motherfucker I've met. But anyway, coming back, bro, meta, the shit that you're talking with Kiran talks about every year. If you listen to it, you'll have a new perspective. Same thing, सेम कट कॉपी पेस्ट तुम हर साल सुनो, तुमको अलग पर्सपेक्टिव देगा, ठीक है. बट वॉट एंड्स अप हैपनिंग इज वॉट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड इज इन अ सिंपलिस्टिक मैनर तुम या फिर एक प्लान के साथ घुस सकता है, बट दैट इज इफ यू नो हाउ टू बिल्ड अ प्लान एंड गेट इन टू इट. And there are people like me who work very instinctively, right? Oh, very instinct based. But I'll tell you something, instinct can only get you so far. Like 4 years later, I'm opening a book. But I also know that if I had opened this book 4 years ago, I would have never probably valued it. I wouldn't understand 90% of the things that they're talking about, right? You need to figure out who you are first. तुम कौन है, तुमको क्या चाहिए, तुमको ज़िंदगी में किधर जाने का है, कौन सा डायरेक्शन में जाने का है. And once you figure that out, then you start just playing games. And as you play games, there are things that you think that you will enjoy, then you will realize that you don't. And then are things you think that you will not enjoy, and then you realize you do enjoy. And this is an entire game of not like 100% of this is a yes forever. It is a yes for now, and that yes can change, right? And do not get into the new age funda of passion. That's what I'm saying. Do not get into the whole, oh ये करना है, वो करना है, oh what is this, what is the vision, what is the, हाँ, it's the most crucial things. But उससे पहले तुम कोशिश तो करना सीख लो ना. people have a hard time starting. तुम शुरुआत ही नहीं करते हो, तुम किधर जाओगे. बाकी ब्रो फंडामेंटल्स तो सीख लेगा तुम, हाँ टाइम लगेगा, 3 साल बाद लगेगा, झुक के गिर के मर के सीखेगा, मगर सीख लेगा. बट तू आधे से ज़्यादा जन शुरू ही नहीं कर सकता ब्रो. उनका बेबी स्टेप स्टॉप्स एट एजुकेशन. मैं पूरा 4 बुक पढ़ लिया, 10 बुक पढ़ लिया ब्रो, आई नो एवरीथिंग, 10 कोर्स खरीद लिया, इम्प्लीमेंट घंटा कुछ नहीं हुआ. तुम चलना तो शुरू करो. मेरा बेस फिलोसफी ब्रो, द शिट दैट यू से किरण, आई हैव हैड टीयर्स इन फ्रंट ऑफ किरण. लाइक देयर आर वेरी फ्यू पीपल हु हैव सीन मी क्राई. देयर आर वेरी फ्यू पीपल, एंड बिकॉज वीव हैड वेरी intense conversation about life and who we are and what we are, and just those very macro level conversations. But I believe I'm privileged in a sense where I have never had a blocker. मेरे को जो करने का मैं कर देगा. मैं जिंदगी में कभी, have you noticed, I don't give up. Like I will wake up one day and sometimes it destroys relationships, and I'm so glad that a lot of times my people around me, and they love me so much that they don't allow me to do that. But I have woken up and made decisions, and I've walked on those decisions, even though those decisions look ridiculous to, like when I moved from Bombay, it was a very instinctive decision for me. It was got up one day, realized I need to make that move, and I got up and I did it. A lot of people have a hard time making decisions for their life. पैशन भाई बाद में है, पहले फियर निकालो ना. दिमाग के अंदर तुम पूरा जिंदगी फियर में जीता है. मेरा प्रॉब्लम इंसान से वो है कि तुम एक कदम तो लो. आई एम सिटिंग हियर एवरी डे, आई विल ट्राई टू कम हियर एज मच एज पॉसिबल कि आई विल सिट हियर. द प्लान इज वी डोंट हैव टू डू दिस विद इन द नेक्स्ट 3 weeks or 3-week course, 4-week course. My game plan is you come up with the idea. We will sit here every day. I will give you an hour and we will get somewhere. I don't know where that somewhere is. Right? And I don't know, I got a little carried away.
No, so I mean, for me, the learning, the drive, the way I'm wired, my brain, the way I operate, it's not just me. It's like everything is blended in. Like life is everything happening at once. सब कुछ एक ही बार होता है. पर तू जब सोचता है उसके बारे में, तो एक एक करके सोचता है. The ability to hold a macro view is called like top down. ऊपर से नीचे देखना. जब तुम टेरेस से देखता है ज़मीन को, और जब तुम ज़मीन से ऊपर देख रहा है, ज़मीन पे ज़मीन का काम कर रहा है, तुम टेरेस पे बैठ के ज़मीन का काम नहीं कर सकता. You have to go into operations. इसको इंजन रूम बोलते हैं, जहाँ पे काम हो रहा है, जहाँ पे मेन फ्लोर हो काम का, वहाँ पे आपको पहुँचना है, वहाँ पे देखना है, वहाँ पे यू बी अ फ्लाई ऑन द वॉल ना, ऑब्जर्व, फकिंग लिसन. नहीं मालूम है तो सीखो, सब कुछ मालूम है अगर तुम ऐसा सोचेगा तो फिर तुम्हारे गांड है.
That's also another thing that I've noticed. I think
तुम
the
जाके
idea that
शुरू
you
कर,
know
पानी में
everything.
डूब जाओ. That's the probability.
Kiran,
of
do
your
you want to come in the camera and say hi?
My hand will come and say hi.
But on the topic of today, how do you recognize opportunities? You've been mentoring startups, you've been working with startups. A lot of ideas come to you in terms of
देख,
investment.
जो भी उसके वो काम को चला रहा है ना, उसके गांड में है कुछ खुजली है. वो खुजली नहीं है तेरे को तो मत कर.
That was established. Like मेरा पहला session was, should you even do entrepreneurship? Okay, वो हो गया.
Not for everyone.
It's not for everyone. We've established that. Okay. Now moving away from that. Now you click all of. So that was the first chapter in this book, by the way. That was the first chapter. Should you even get into this game? And what are the characteristics of entrepreneurship? If you don't know what that is, go watch the previous video. Right? Very interesting. Today we are talking about understanding, recognizing opportunities, and it's also passion. Is sense like this conversation, I'm loving this conversation because it is also about recognizing opportunities. When you experience, you recognize opportunities. If you recognize opportunities, you find something to work on. The question then comes to you is, how do you recognize an opportunity to work on?
Does the problem bother me? Do I know the inside details on both sides? The problem as the person affected by the problem and the person who's capable of solving it. They're two different things.
What does that mean from an entrepreneur's
From
perspective?
an entrepreneur's perspective माने कि अगर तुमको जाके इंश्योरेंस बेचना है, तुमको इंश्योरेंस का झाट मालूम नहीं है, तुमको हेल्थ का मालूम नहीं है, तुमको एक्टूरियल साइंस नहीं मालूम है, तो तुम इंश्योरेंस कैसे बेचोगे? तुम सेल्स एजेंट बन सकता है, तुम बोल सकता है पॉलिसी है, तुम सेल्स मार्केटिंग एग्जीक्यूटिव बन सकता है. वेरी सिंपली स्पीकिंग, अगर तेरे को ठेला लगा के खाना खिलाना है तो खाना बनाना तो आना चाहिए ना. तुम ठेला लगा लेगा, सब्जी खरीद लेगा, सॉस खरीद लेगा, सब हो जाएगा, तो खाना ऑटोमेटिकली तो नहीं बनेगा.
No, but I think on contrary to that opinion, I believe you can figure it out. If you truly believe in a problem statement, for example, I did not know how to build proposals to the project. I did not know how to.
शोले के ऊपर चलना जैसा होता है.
हाँ.
अंगारों पे तू चल रहा है.
हाँ, मैं चल रहा है. That is true.
तू मस्ती के लिए चल रहा है तो चल ले. Like, मतलब तू कर सकता है, आग में उंगली डाल सकता है. That's on you.
True.
If you want to be self-sabotaging.
No, but I don't think it. I think a lot of entrepreneurial journey is you might not know all the things, but you can find people.
I want to know why you want to fucking do it. If it's because you want to look fucking cool.
It's not about looking cool, man.
Founder, like, bro, it's like.
No.
It's retarded. मतलब my intern has a better quality of life than me, man. Sure. Like, उसको सैलरी का नहीं फर्क है. उसको नहीं है ये स्ट्रेस. क्यों करने का तेरे को?
No, like I'll tell you something. Okay, so let me simplify what Kiran is trying to say. Right, तुम्हारी गान फटने वाली है. Right, it's better to be working in a company than running a company. Because when you work for a company, at least your bread and butter is sorted.
What's your risk-taking appetite?
Okay,
पहले बात
हाँ.
करो.
वो भाई वो सब कवर हो गया पहले सेशन में. तुम मिस कर दिए पहला सेशन. तुम ज्वाइन करने का ना मेरे को. We'll do session wise. We are going book wise. If you guys want Kiran again, OP in the chat, guys. OP लिख दो chat पे. ठीक है. Coming back. No, but Kiran is right. It makes sense for you to learn, but here's my opinion. Okay, I think if you truly believe that there is a problem and you are the one to solve it, there are two type of entrepreneurs, right? The type Kiran A and Saad B. We are, वो जो बोला ना शोले के ऊपर चलने की आदत, वो हमारा चुल है. ठीक है. I did not know jack shit of what I was doing, what is the product, how to build a product, how to do and I have suffered greatly. There is an easier way to do this, which I did not take, which I suggest you do take, right? But that only because you don't know how to, you don't have the expertise doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. If you can find the people who can, that is majorly a job of an entrepreneur. I believe that you should be able to find ways to solve problems, and if you can't, find the right people who can help you solve that problem. ठीक है, ये तुम्हारा बेस लेवल है. किरण शुड स्टार्ट अ यूट्यूब चैनल. ये मेरा सेकंड बेस लेवल.
मेरा खाना आ गया.
But okay, I'm gonna shift back to okay. अब ये ब्रो ये थोड़ा I love this. I think we can end it here. 2-3 सवाल पूछ लो, उसके बाद हम ख़त्म कर देंगे. But here's the thing, opportunity में we did 1 of 5. Next session we will do the 2, 3, 4 and 5. Okay, the first thing when you're looking for an opportunity is, can you create significant value for the customers by solving a significant problem? Number 1. Or can you fulfill a significant unmet need? There's a need in the market, there is a proper solution, you are able to you can either fulfill that need through product और सर्विस. दो ही टाइप के बिजनेस होते हैं ब्रो, प्रोडक्ट एंड सर्विस रहते हैं. उसमें भी देर इज, इफ यू वर टू काइंड ऑफ गो more deeper into it, you have B2B and B2C. That is business to business and business to consumer, product or service. ठीक है. If your product or service is able to fulfill an unmet need or solve a significant problem, then you will be able to charge a premium on the customer. If you're able to do that, then that is the first step of recognizing an opportunity. बाकी हम आएंगे कल, हम आपसे वार्तालाप कल करेंगे. लाइक ठोको, शेयर ठोको, मदर चोत, शेयर करो. Find another kid who wants to entrepreneur and join us in the journey of entrepreneurship. Question: what if I have a problem to solve and I have started building it? Now how can I grab the opportunity, as it's also topic that might give me a boost? क्या
ये क्या फॉर्चून कुकी टेलिंग चल रहा है इधर?
क्या
फॉर्चून कुकी टेलिंग.
क्या
Be brave. Go
fuck off,
ahead.
we were going
Launch
technical.
out.
Louder, fuck off. My question: what if I have a problem to solve and I have started building it? Now how can I grab the opportunity? What might give me a boost? Bro, I don't think you're able to articulate that question very well, so I'm going to let that be. But हम मिलेंगे कल. If I'm able to understand this question better, I will answer it कल 11 बजे. Do you understand what that is? Okay.
have problem to solve and I've
Kiran-
started building it. Now how can I grab the opportunity that might give me a boost?
हाँ.
तेरा प्रॉब्लम नहीं मालूम, तेरा सॉल्यूशन नहीं मालूम, तुम क्या बिल्ड किया, किधर बिल्ड किया.
See, this is why. So shut up. So, no, what do you want? What do you want? What if I have a problem to solve and I have started building it? Now, how can I grab the opportunity that might give me a boost? Bro, नहीं, opportunity ही problem solve होता है, bro. Okay, you are not getting this.
Go get your first customer.
मैं-
Someone willing to pay you for it.
मैं fuck, मेरा brain tamper हो रहा है. सुनो. The problem you are solving by itself is the opportunity that you find. It is not that your problem.
प्रॉब्लम वैलिडेशन कैसे हुआ?
हाँ.
प्रॉब्लम का वैलिडेशन कैसे हुआ?
हाँ तो वो तो नहीं कहना.
मार्केट में जाके
हाँ.
बात करो ना.
तो how do you solve a problem? Solving a problem is basically that is the opportunity. When you say opportunity is looking at, there is a problem and you're solving that problem, that is opportunity converting into an enterprise through organization, right? तुम थोड़ा लूप कर रहा है या फिर तुम सवाल सही से पूछ नहीं रहा है. आई एम नॉट रियली श्योर. किरण's answer is best answer. Find 5 customers. If there, you will know what the fuck you're talking about after that. क्या है? Thank you. Cheers. Now bye. आजा मतलब मेरा जर्नी है, मेरा अपॉर्चुनिटी. अबे हक, जब तुम